change in colleges does not come easily. And we're really asking colleges to radically change the way they do their work in order to have a chance to increase student success. So the coach plays a vital role in that. The term that Achieving the Dream folks are using now is leadership coaching. I've talked about it in a lot of different ways over the years, but I usually talk about it in terms of being a critical friend. The coaches typically are people who have been community college presidents themselves. And so they've been there and done that. They know how difficult it is to change colleges. And so as we've developed the cadre, as we've trained them, and they have learned from their work, and we've reflected on their work, we think we've continued to improve the practice of coaching. But it has been a vital element, as seen by the coaches themselves, as seen by the colleges as they react to surveys and interviews, and have no doubt that it's one of the major ingredients in bringing about transformational change. It takes real courage on the part of a leader to be involved in looking at results, being transparent about the results, then leading an institution to come to grips with where it is not doing all that it could be doing to serve the students that they say they're in business to serve. So it is always starting with data, but it also starts with the passion of a leader, and starts with the vision of a leader, and starts with a leader who knows how to engage people in processes that will give them a chance to buy into the struggle, and then buy into the potential solutions and test those solutions, modify what doesn't work, throw out what doesn't work, try something different, but then also to begin to scale up something that is working in order to serve more students, all the while touching base with those data to find out what's happening to students. At the same time, being in touch with the faculty, the staff, the students, the community, and bringing all of them around these issues, and creating a sense of teamwork about getting the work done. So it's a serious leadership effort that goes way beyond just managing a college, which is difficult enough as it is, but transforming an institution is a tough, tough task. It takes courage and vision and persistence.
I've heard that community colleges is more than education, it's also a gateway to middle class success, middle class security, and a life in America. Could you comment around that?
Well, you're looking at somebody who was a community college student himself. I was a poor kid who came from a family where no one had ever gone to college. And so I know what that's like. My father went through the 4th grade. And so for me and for people like me then and now, it is sometimes the only way they're going to have a crack at what's possible in getting to the middle class, getting a job that pays a salary that can support a family. The poor people of this country, and unfortunately people of color in this country, are disproportionately represented in the ranks of the poor, and they're the ones growing. So the struggle is a monumental struggle for social justice in our country. And if we care about that, and we see the possibility of the middle class being available to people who start with us in the community college, and if we're committed to that work, and it becomes a lifelong work for people like me and for lots of others who are involved in this effort, we then have the hope that we will see millions moving into the middle class as a result of that experience. But then you look at what's happening in our economy, and with the disappearance of the middle class in America, it exacerbates the problem. So we've got a huge task ahead of us. Achieving the Dream is the right work at the right time to do that effort, and we see example after example across the community college network of more and more students completing and having the chance to get into that middle class. One element would have to do with reaching back to K-12 and engaging the public school system with the community college and trying to ensure that more and more students are exiting high school fully college ready. The business community has an interest in that, and so there are networks popping up around the land that bring all the right people together. Cincinnati has a nice example, an effort called Strive in Cincinnati, where the leaders of business and industry, the leaders of the K-12 systems, the leaders of the colleges are all together around the same table, talking about what we together have to do to prepare the young people of our community, and what we together have to do to help people in adult basic ed get the skills they need to get into college and do well. And that kind of networking is now spreading across the country, and that's a promising thing. Individual colleges in Achieving the Dream involved in P16 councils or P20 councils that bring together all the public school systems, all the community colleges, all the universities in an area, in a region of a state, working on these issues together has real promise. There are all sorts of ways that community colleges engage with the business community through their advisory committees and through internship programs that they create. So virtually every community college I know about has something going on in the arena that we're just now talking about. But the most robust efforts are the ones like the one in Cincinnati, and there's one in Houston, there's one in Seattle. They're beginning to pop up around the land and bringing people together to say, let's together make this difference. With this next round, we'll be at about 180 institutions that will have come into Achieving the Dream, and if we continue to expand 20 to 30 every year for the next decade, I think we'll still be adding even after that decade, because the need's not going away. The need is getting greater. And so therefore, leadership for bringing about the kind of change we've got to have is going to be ever important, and in fact is increasing in importance. And so I just don't see any diminishing of the effort, don't see any reduction of the need because of the changing demographics and because of the growth of community colleges and the reduction in funding. All the perfect storm elements are there, and because of all of that, this work is the right work for a long time into the future.